to just now invite out the director of Better Man, Mr. Michael Bracey.
Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you Cameron, thank you for the Toronto International Film Festival. It's such a privilege to be here. This film was created from a series of recordings with Rob, and there is a particular approach to the film. This is almost like a warning for people. You will meet the person who plays Robbie in a minute, and you'll meet Robbie himself. Terrible to say. But in the recordings, after listening back through these recordings that happened over the course of a year and a half, I found Rob constantly talking about being dragged up on stage to perform like a monkey, or he'd say, I was just up the back performing like a monkey. He says it enough times that I was like, there's really something to this performing monkey that he sees in himself. And so I asked him, hoping that he would say that he sees himself as a monkey, I said, what animal would you see yourself as? And with a big grin, he said, lion. I went, really? And he took a minute and he went, actually, I'm more than a monkey. So with that, I pitched the idea to him that because he's the one telling this story, wouldn't it be amazing to portray him as he sees himself? And he embraced this concept, and I think it's led to something really special. So I am indebted to Rob, and before I call Rob out, I would like you all to meet Jono Davies, who plays Robbie in the film. This is Jono, give it up! There's actually, I shouldn't get to see him, because there is actually an Easter egg in the film, in one scene, in one shot, where you will see Jono. So afterwards, I would like to know who actually spotted Jono in the film. It's kind of a Where's Wally? And now we have Robbie Williams himself.
Hello Canada and surrounding countries. Thank you for keeping faith. I haven't been here since the last century. My American fans down there. Hey darling, how you doing? Wonderful to see you. This is a biopic about me and my life. For a narcissist, it is such a wonderful treat. I've seen it 3 times already, and I just say it's not enough. And every single time I come out humming all the songs. Nothing much has happened to me since last I was here. I've got some new teeth. Come on! I'm not sure how to smile in them yet, or talk, but I seem to be doing okay. The other thing was, I haven't been to Canada, as I say, in a long time, and it fucking hit me straight away. I love you guys, and listen, I'm not bless you, I'm pandering a little bit, but not really. You know, you'll love the film even without me saying that. But there was a moment on the crosswalk yesterday where I got off the plane and I went to go across the crosswalk, and a nice Canadian chap, I went, after you, and he went, no, after you. And I was like, I see you, motherfucker. No, after you. And then I realised in that split second, there was a massive polite-off. And it was a beautiful moment for me and Canada and our 2 countries. Anyway, listen, you know, I haven't been here, but everywhere else I'm kind of a big deal, so... yeah, that's what you've got to just suspend your disbelief. I'm telling you now. So when you watch it and you see me being a big deal, you're like, oh yeah, that's what he said.
I just want to thank Paramount for releasing the film here. It's a big deal, so we should applaud. Some people will think that this film, like some films are really difficult to make. Some films, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of pressure, particularly with independent films because of the financing. This isn't one of them. This film was very easy to make. So enjoy the film, and I look forward to seeing people afterwards. Thank you.
Director Michael Gracie. Johnny Davis. And superstar Robbie Williams. Wow. Incredible movie. I'm glad to see we all think so. You talked about the idea at the beginning of it and how you had talked about, thinking of yourself sometimes as a performing monkey. It's one thing to have that idea, and the other thing to drive it all the way through to finishing the film and experiencing all the complications involved in making it. So what were the steps along the way that actually got you from the brilliant idea to this?
So, firstly, thank you so much for that. That was such a fun screening. And everyone there as well, thank you. It was really special. It was really special for all of us. And the three of us had never sat and watched the film together. So that was the first time. So this film couldn't have been made without Weta in New Zealand. Big shout out to Weta. They set up an office in Melbourne, Australia, and the film never would have been possible had they not opened that office and brought the most incredible talented artists to bear on what you're watching. My background's in animation and visual effects, so I know how difficult this is. And even when I was shooting it, I kept looking over at Luke, the visual effects supervisor, and being like, really? And Luke was like, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but yeah. And I think that we were so fortunate to have their backing from the very beginning. So, there is Dave, who's the animation supervisor. He was on since the previs, where we were working it out. And we then used that previs. Previs is just like very crude animation. But it's all in 3D space, and it's with cameras and all the rest of it. And that previs we used to sell the film. We actually showed that to distributors, we showed that to investors, to convince them that a monkey could convey the emotion we wanted. And it was two numbers. It was Feel, the first one in the film, and it was My Way, the last one in the film. So it was sort of the bookends of the film.
Fantastic. Robbie, you were hilarious in introducing the movie, but there's a lot of pain in the story that the film tells as well. And as you're going through the process of the screenplay, and going through these experiences again, and then the production and the edit and all of it, you must have to be reliving some of that. I wonder what that's been like for you.
Currently experiencing it right now. But yeah, I'm in the middle of having an overwhelming feeling, so it's this is the fourth time I've watched it, and it's a different experience. Yeah, that's the thing about crying, is that you feel as though it's never going to stop until it stops. And I've got a filter sound. But Paramount will be going, yep, you're doing it right now. Thank you, Paramount. It is, and
It's okay.
it's all right. I'm enjoying the overwhelming experience, but I know I've got to say words. Can I pass it just a minute?
We'll come back. We'll come back when you're ready. Jono, can you talk a little bit about, first of all, inhabiting the spirit and story of Robbie, but then also the technical challenge in making this movie? You are acting the movie, but there's a whole other layer that comes alongside that. And you've got musical numbers, you've got a lot of things that are not easy for an actor to do, a lot of physical things, but also emotion. How did you build those different layers of the performance that then Michael could work with?
For me, I think the thing that makes Rob special is how he affects a space when he walks into it. The energy he brings, you can feel it today when he walks the red carpet. He just fills out an auditorium. And so the biggest challenge for me was being able to recreate that and affecting the space the way that he does. So it was, analysing interview after interview, and of course, Rob's had the fortunate and unfortunate experience of having a lot of his life in the public eye. And so there's a lot of stuff out there to analyse. And so it's taking a bit and refining it, adding some, extra flamboyance, extra cheek. I don't know if you can get extra cheeky on top of this man, but we try. And then bringing a side to Rob that the world hasn't seen, and that's the vulnerable person that was led to believe that fame would solve everything, when fame was actually creating a lot of the issues. And so adding those details in and trusting my wonderful team, Ashley and Jen, the dancing choreos, it's always day after day, our little running man, and get all those 80s moves out, and then the wonder that is Michael, just have him at the helm and just create an ethos across the whole production that trickled down through, which just bled passion and bled professionalism to create what we think is hopefully something really special.
From a director's point of view, it was extraordinary to watch Jono transform into Rob. It was, we would look back at the footage and just marvel at what. And he was wearing, just to be clear, a grey wetsuit with tracking markers and had a camera that was hanging out in front of his face to capture his facial expressions. And his wetsuit was soaked through with sweat in so many of those takes, because he would just go again and again and again. It was really extraordinary. I mean, people have done motion capture pieces before, but not singing and dancing like this. So it's such a credit to Jono and the detailed study he did of Rob, that you see so much of Rob in that performance.
Right. I think I'm out of my Sally Fields moment now. Yeah, pain, yeah. Loads of it. Each experience has been very different, but today, because the audience were in, and then that overwhelming feeling of acceptance is... I'm going again. Yeah. So it's the, fame, give me fame. What you're really asking for is acceptance and to be understood. And, shit. And in that moment where you all stood up and cheered us all, acceptance and love was received. So, thank you.
I really have to congratulate you. I think anyone who watches Better Man will see so many artists, so many people in public are looking for that same kind of acceptance, but there's an awareness, a self-awareness that I think allows you to have a film like this made. And it's in the lyrics of so many of your films as well, the awareness of that hunger that so many public figures have, so many artists have. And that self-awareness is, I think, what gives your work and this film so much depth. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Pleasure. Pleasure. I wouldn't want to do it again, but yeah, thank you. I mean, we lived a life and everything, but thank you, I did it, and there it is.
The music biopic has become something that we're seeing more and more of, and this is great films that have been made. I feel like Better Man takes things to another level and offers a kind of, sort of throws down the gauntlet to others as well. Like, this is the new bar, as far as I'm concerned, for what a music biopic can look like. So I guess it's within this genre and understanding that this now becomes the definitive screen history of Robbie Williams. What do you want this film to do as it goes out into the world, Michael?
Yeah, it's really interesting because what people take away from the film always fascinates me. And I had that on my first film. I thought there was really specific things that people would take away, and then people would just blow my mind when they would pick one moment or one look or one lyric, and they would talk about how it completely changed a situation for them. And I think it's true with this, in that it's such an emotional roller coaster, and there is so many moments of dealing with different things that I really think people will take different things away from it, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. One example was that we showed it to, very, very early on, we showed it to some distributors, and afterwards there was a guy there and he said, I called my dad for the first time in 7 years after watching this film. And he said, I've been waiting for him to change, and I just realized he's not going to, and I need to. And it was, you know, it's stuff like that you just go, it's such a privilege to be able to create on a global scale. But also to have the ability to affect people in that way. So.
Yeah, I don't think you don't have to be a pop star for this film to affect you emotionally. Certainly did me as well. I think a lot of people have very painful family relationships that get explored here. Robbie, I just want to see if there's anything further you want to say about what this has meant to you to have this story literally up so big, magnified on the big screen for you.
I think more will be revealed, to be honest with you. This is the start of the process of what this will mean to me. And I only noticed that this sort of thing happens. I did a documentary for Netflix. And to be honest, thank you. And to be, bless you. And I like Netflix too. It was, you know, Ridley Scott's company said Netflix want to do a documentary about me. It was 4 hours, 4 episodes. And I was like, fuck yeah. You know, because I need this shit. I'm an attention seeker or professional. I'm a professional attention seeker. That's what I do. I need that to facilitate this and this and this, and I'm still ambitious. And that was all that documentary was about until it came out. And the night it came out, I got 25 emails from people, all telling me how much it had touched them. And from that moment on, it became something different to me. You know, I realised that I'd done something that was touching people, and, you know, I don't want to be namaste about anything, but healing in some sort of way, because they saw themselves in me. And I'm sure more will be revealed about this film and what it will do for me as a person inside, instead of the outside egoic need for attention to facilitate fucking whatever it is I'm trying to facilitate. So right now, reporting live from what it's doing, it's having some sort of healing effect, because tears are healing.
But I don't know yet, you know, I don't know yet, because there is still 1,000 miles between here and the general public. We shall see.
Did anyone else think Rob's tooth fell out when he was talking then?
These are only the temporary teeth. I'm getting the proper ones in Dubai next week, so it's fine. I didn't need that one. I'll just put it in my pocket for later.
Listen, thank you so much for making this film, sharing it with us. You are the first people, certainly in this country, to see it. Some of the first people in the world to see Better Man. We're so glad you were here, and we're so glad that you had all of you the balls to make this movie. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.